Hello traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel Freedom with Forex. My name is Al. I'm the mentor and the senior trader at Elite Capital. Today I'm going to show you how to do a technical analysis on Australian dollar and Canadian dollar. After this video, you should be able to identify the direction of the market, where should be your entry, where should be your stop losses, and where should be your potential profit. If you haven't subscribed, please why don't you go ahead and subscribe this channel, support this channel, and without further ado, let's dig in right now. Okay, so in this Australian and Canadian dollar technique analysis, I'm going to use the daily chart. So in the daily chart, as you guys know, the way I do my technical analysis is that I start with getting some support and a resistance line on the daily chart. So before we go ahead and let's do the support resistance line. So the way I do it is that you put your resistance line at the top of the market and very bottom of the market. Okay, that's our resistance, this is our support, and then we're going to put more lines in between where the line the prices came down multiple times and touch. So here price came a few times, one here, second time, and multiple times over here as well. And I'm going to do one more line. I'm going to put this one here. It's because, as you can see, market came down here, it's touched and then went back up again. This time it went through, but market hop ran so long time, and then market bounced back down and then bounced off here and then reverse from this support line, and same thing here as well. So that's a pretty good strong support and resistance line as well. I think I can put one more line here. Yeah, I should put one more line over here as well. It's because, as you can see, market tried to reverse back, but it found supported and went back up. Same thing happened here, and then market were found this one as a resistance, so multiple times here and there. So this is how I put my support and resistance line. So this will act and guide us for the future direction of the market. Next thing I do is that once we have this support and resistance line put in place, you can draw the trend line as well. So I'm going to put the trend line from this side, maybe this area, and then over here as well. So that will do. Okay, now the next point of analysis would be where is the from where market started and where we are now. What I mean by the where it started, so basically the big move, where is the big move started from? So the recent big move started from here. That is our recent top. Okay, that's our recent top. I'm going to put some sort of circle. So that's our recent top, and this is our recent bottom. Okay, that's our recent bottom. Now the reason I'm doing this recent top and recent bottom is that that's the place where sellers started selling, okay, Australian dollar against Canadian dollar. This is the point where price started bouncing off. We can't see any clear direction to the buy side yet, okay, but it is the buyers sort of coming back and sellers sort of struggling. That's why I put a circle line here. Now we have that, we got the support resistance line, we got the trend line, we got the recent place where the seller started selling off, and the recent where the buyers seems like coming back. Now I'm going to look at the whole picture here, okay, because if you only look at the price, where is the price right now, that is pretty difficult for someone to identify where could be the next big move. Okay, so we have to come from at least from this place 2010. See how this market came down here all the way 2010, and now 2019. It's almost 9+ years. Yeah, it's more than 9+ years. So so this from this spot, how the market came up. So see how the buyers really pushed the market up all the way, and then retraced a little bit and started going up, and then coming down, and finally market was found at the resistance and the push back down. So from this spot, market actually started selling. It sold here, retraced, sold here, and tried to push back up and sell again, and the market went up again. So basically this downtrend started from this spot. So that's the spot we like to highlight. It's mainly because this is the overall downtrend. So market from this place was sold off. It was sold off so strongly, it went down, I think, by 1400 pips. It went down by 1400 pips, okay, and the market retraced, and then tried to come back and push back down, but it did not create any lower low, and the buyers come back really strong. It went up all the way here, okay, so it was like a almost 80% retracement, and from this point market were dominated by sellers, but these sellers were very choppy, okay, this sellers is very choppy. So again, market found the support line here, went back up again. The buyers are very strong, and then from this spot sellers try to push back the market down, okay. From this is the spot we need to focus a little bit more closer. From this angle, buyers are pretty strong, right? It went up and then retraced a little bit and went up and found this resistance very supported again, and from this spot sellers dominate the market, okay. So how much the sellers push the market down? So market was pushed down by almost 670 plus pips, okay, and the market retraced all the way up here. It's like 100% retracement. So the buyers were controlled completely in this market. But from this spot, market were very choppy. See, sellers back, and then buyers try to push it back up, okay, and then eventually market went down all the way here, okay, market went up. Now this was the sellers, and these sellers were so strong, and it's almost no buyers in between, okay, no big retracement, okay. The market retraces here eventually, maybe another about 50%, 60%, and the sellers push back real hard, okay, and it found support this line and also on the trend line as well. So market, the buyers came back up. They went back up all the way here, almost 80% retracement, okay. Now, and the buyers, the sellers were dominated again, but it's very choppy. Buyer was strong, but when the sellers came back, they are very choppy, okay. And eventually market came down here. I'm gonna make this bigger so we can see it easily. And from this point of view, this is we need to really focus on from this high. So we're gonna figure out how the market came down here from this spot, okay. If we can do that, we can sort of figure out where we are now in terms of buyers territory or sellers territory. From this spot, market were pushed down by the sellers by 350 pips, okay, and not much retracement. But here market retraced about, I would say, maybe 60%, 70%, okay, and then market pushed back down again. So this time how many pips went down? It went down by 248 pips. Went down by 248 pips. So let's do the line here so we can compare the push. So I'm gonna do a trick here so it is visible to us, okay. Also I'm gonna do the retracement, but I'm gonna change the color of the retracement. Let's do blue color. So I don't usually use this kind of things in my trading, but I'm doing this in order to demonstration purpose. Okay, so if we look at it, okay, one more time, one more pushback. Let's change the color on these occasions. It's red. Okay, now what have I done? I'll show you. So this was the pushback. This market went back down. How many pips was it again? That was almost 350 pips. So market will push back down, and then buyers come back, sellers come back again, sellers come back again. Do you see how strong the sellers here? Strong, very strong, and then buyers come back, but a sell resumed. Okay, now see the buys. So this time the buyers, when they came back, they had about what? How many percentage of retracement? Maybe 40%. This time market retraced 50%. Okay, and the sellers try to come back again. Very strong, pretty strong, yeah. It's like a same kind of seller. This seller and this seller, similar strength. Okay, but difference is, look at the buy. It's like a 60% retrace. It's almost, this market did not even exist. Say it came to this upper resistance line, and the sellers try to push back again from that spot. But the retracement was, I didn't do the retracement here, did I? Okay. Do the blue color. See the retracement. Do you see that? Do you see now how clear it is? How the sellers dominated in the beginning, went down by 350 pips, only retraced by 30%. Okay, and then push it down, but retraced 50%. Push it down real hard, but went up by almost 60-70%, and push it down again. Even to push it down again, but did not make much lower. Do you see that? Only a tiny bit. But market came crashing back up almost 90%. Now I have a question for you. What do you understand by this simple analysis? Pause for a second and think about it. What do you see here? Who is control of the market right here? Forget about this candlesticks. Forget about it. Just look at the line. Look at the line. Who is in the control? Is the sellers are strong here now? They are not. The sellers were really strong here. Really strong here. Okay? But even though it was strong here, but buyers push back up. Buyers push back up. So buyers is ready to challenge the sellers. Okay? So which means the buyers are ready to move the market. Move the market. Okay? The sellers has not disappeared from the market yet. They're still in the market, but buyers are ready to open up their banks. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, we are getting into the buyers territory. Okay, sellers still in the market, but we are preparing for the buyers. Keep them in mind. So this simple analysis, you can understand the fight between buyers and sellers is getting one-sided. Here was one-sided, dominated by the seller. This side is getting one-sided, dominated by the buyers. So once you have the domination of one side of the market, you should go on that particular dominated either buyer or sellers. Okay, hopefully that doesn't confuse you. It should make you understand which way it should be the next direction. Now, from this analysis, if you understand how I came to this point and how I did my analysis, you should be able to answer this question: where should be our next movement? Is it gonna be towards downtrend, like another 500 pips, or is it gonna be uptrend? Pause for a second and think about it. This market is, in my opinion, is ready to move up. It's ready to be controlled by the buyers. but it does not mean it will just be like that. It won't be like this. Market does not work like that. Okay, so before it does that kind of movement, what it's gonna do is that it's gonna be like that. It's gonna go up a bit, okay, and then it will be very choppy. It'll be like that, and then it will be a bit of buyers and sellers, and then finally it will take off towards the upturn direction. It's gonna take a bit of time, so you're gonna have to be patient in this area and look for the signals in terms of price action, candlesticks pattern. Okay, once we got the candlestick pattern and the price action confirmation, we can actually get ready for the buys. Okay, but at that point, would I be selling this market? Would I be selling in this point? Absolutely not. I would not be selling this market at all. I would be thinking to buy. Okay, so keep in that mind. So now you can ask me why why should I be not selling. For example, you can sell here even the market is downtrend, right? If you sell here, for example, you sold here, you stop losses, let's say, I don't know how many pips, let's say your stop losses is 50, 75 pips, 100 pips, right? So market can easily come up here, take your stops, right? Market will probably go down a little bit, maybe 100 pips, but it's going to take your stop out. So it will be actually a mistake in my understanding to sell this market. All right, and no matter what kind of money management technique or procedure you have in place, that will not work. Okay, so you have to get the direction of the market right. So now we have the direction of the market. We know where the next movement is more likely to be, which is upwards. Now where could be our entry point in the directional towards the buy? Should I buy right here? The market is now. Can I buy right here? If you're an aggressive trader, you can buy right where we are now. Okay, no problem. If I go back to the 1 hour chart, it will show you the current. See that? It's actually pretty good buy. It's actually pretty good buy. It's the reason how the market was rejected and went very strong, but sellers tried to push the market. It did not, and the market is on the sideways. Okay, but now its market is pretty solid position to buy. However, if you look at the daily chart point of view, you can still wait maybe 1 or 2 days to see how market is gonna behave. Okay, but bear in mind, market can still push back 100 pips before it goes up, so you gotta be careful with that. So you can buy anywhere here, that would be a good buy. In terms of stop losses, as I mentioned, market can easily come down up here and challenge that guy. This is the big boy. Okay, he can come and challenge this guy, but so you shouldn't have your stop losses anywhere right here. All right, if you stop losses when it comes down to market in this scenario, your stop losses should be quite wide. Okay, it should give you a bit of room market to dance around. It can bounce back in this area for next few days. Okay, be mindful of that. So don't be too stingy, don't be too strict. Don't have a small stop losses. All right, but you don't want to be stop losses too big either. But now we know the direction of the market, so that's why if our stop loss is a little bit bigger, but our profit will be much larger. Okay, now once now we got the direction of the market, we got where it should be our stop losses. Now let's see where it should be our take profit. That is really individual preference. Are you a long-term trader? Are you a short-term trader? Are you able to hold the market 1000 pips and see the market retrace by 400 pips? Are you able to do that? Do you have that kind of mindset? Depending on that scenario, I can actually show you 3 points of view where the market should be. One is a short-term goal. The short-term goal should be market from here, market will come back all the way up here. Okay, all the way up here or over here. That is our short-term goal. So that is how many pips. So from anywhere here, market is very likely to come back up here. So 450 pips. So our short-term goal is 450 pips. If you are a swing trader, or between swing trader, a little bit long trader, from this spot to, I would probably say our short-term goal is about here, 900 plus pips. So sorry, our medium take profit target about 900 pips. So from that spot, so we're looking into here to up here. So that could be our medium term. But if you're really long-term kind of player in the market, long-term investor, that is our long-term goal. So I think that would be probably more than 1,000, 14, 13, yeah, 1,300 pips. So that's our 1,300 pips profit target in long term. So that is our potential profit here. Now, how long it might take market to come to short term, all right, or medium term or long term? See how market started to come back down here. It started the sale from this place, which was 2018 in March, okay, which is almost what they say. What are we now? Let's do the exact number of the days. From that spot, market came back down here. So 622 days. It's like almost close to 2 years or so, 2 months less. So that's a long time for market to come back down here. So if you expect to get all the 1,300 pips, so be prepared to keep the trade for close to 2 years. Okay, but over here maybe I would say 8 months, 7 months, 8 months. But if you look in the short term, maybe 3 months time. So you're gonna have to have that time frame in your mindset. So even though market goes up and retrace, right, this is just a retracement along towards the big movement. Okay, so don't be afraid of having this kind of retracement. All right, retracement is good. When the market retrace, you can enter again. You can actually make more money. All right, don't think retracement you're losing money. It is a opportunity for you to enter again. So there we go. Hopefully this video will helpful to you and understand how I do my technique analysis and the reason behind it. So hopefully you will be able to catch up some pips from Australian dollar and Canadian dollar. If you haven't subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if any way you get benefited from this video, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.